moving around today, so we get that. So let's just do the best we can, okay? At this time, I'm going to introduce to you our senior president and vice president, Avery Rizworski and Emma Dorton.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the last little thing of the year, which I'm excited for. Emma and I are just going to talk about some highlights throughout the school year, things that we've been able to do, things that we're thankful for. So yeah.
Okay, so I think we all had a pretty crazy year, to say the least. And I think it's pretty crazy that we've been able to stay open all year. Like, a lot of schools across the country have been closed, like, all year. A lot of people just did not get the senior year experience, and I think all of us seniors can be thankful for what we did have, and I know that we had to sacrifice and give up a lot, but we still got to do a lot, even as like freshmen, sophomore, juniors. Like, you guys got to do a lot and have a good year, so I think we can be really thankful for that.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that I would say that I'm definitely thankful for, this year we were able to have homecoming and junior senior. I know that was up in the air for a long time, but we did eventually get to have it, and that's something that I was really thankful for. I know everybody who I talked to enjoyed it a lot, so yeah.
I think a lot of us who went to the play, who were a part of the play, had a really good experience, and I know that that was also up in the air for a long time, and we started a little late because of that, but we were able to do that, and even with social distancing and everything, with seating arrangements, like, we were able to do that, and I think that that was one of the best parts of my senior year experience. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it online because it was really great. But I think that was a great experience. We were thankful that we were able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Another thing we want to highlight is being able to have chapels this year and just being together, the whole high school in the auditorium together, being able to worship God together and just have that time where we're just focusing on solely God. I'm just really thankful for that because I know that it was a little hectic in the beginning of the year. We could only have like 2 grades in at a time. It was hard watching things online, but look where we are now. Like, we're all in here. We're all being able to worship God together, and I'm just incredibly thankful for that.
Yeah, so that's just a few things, but there's a lot of things that you guys can be thankful for. So let's just give a big round of applause for the teachers in the school for letting us do all this stuff.
Hey, thanks so much, Roy. We have a lot to be thankful for, so I appreciate Avery and Emma focusing on areas of Thanksgiving. At this time, I'd like to ask Maddie Holder. Maddie's going to share a short devotional with us this morning. So, Maddie, you want to share that right now? Thank you.
All right, so the verse that is it on? Okay. The verse that I chose to kind of speak on is Matthew 6:33, which was our class verse this year. And it says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." So Jesus says to seek his kingdom and not our own kingdoms. Our own kingdoms could be the things in life that we choose to build up for ourselves that take the place of God and are a crutch that we use for our sense of purpose and identity. One of these kingdoms could be that of our reputation. And while it's important to build a good reputation, when the focus becomes on what others think of us and trying to win their approval, it begins to take the place of God's authority. Our want for control in life circumstances can be another kingdom we build. Trying to control the outcome instead of leaving it to God becomes a mindset we walk through life with. From our perspective, things become solely dependent on ourselves instead of recognizing it's ultimately in God's hands. Our own wants and desires can become a kingdom we build and pursue. These things may not be bad and even line up with what God says, and yet they become our main focus and priority, taking our attention away from our calling to make disciples. But to seek his kingdom implies having a mindset that is looking to build and add on to God's kingdom and his disciples. In addition to seeking God's kingdom, Jesus tells us to be able to seek his righteousness, which is what is moral and acceptable to God, and his standards, which he has outlined in the Bible. As Christians, the God we serve is a holy and perfect God, and his morals are held at a standard of perfection, one that none of us could meet. He extends his grace to us for the times we are selfish and choose a way different than his own, yet desires for us to do our best to keep his commands, not watering down his commands to suggestions. So just like as an application to go along with that, I would encourage each of you to like kind of think of individually, just are there any kingdoms that you've built for yourself that need to come down in order for you to seek God's kingdom? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Really appreciate those thoughts and those words and challenge to us. At this time, we're going to start our first round of quote-unquote character awards. And I want to turn it over at this time to Emma T. and JJ. So why don't you all come on up? You guys are going to, can you guys be over on that one? You're going to use that mic over there. Okay. You can take that mic out of the stand if you'd like, or you can just stand there.
So the first award is to the person who always walked into class late, the Tardiness Award. And this goes to Maya White and Kaden. Come on up.
Now,
All
can,
right.
can I say something real quick? So Mrs. Johns, about this award, Mrs. Johns said, hey, the senior council brought some prizes into the office the other day for reimbursement, and there's a lot of fireworks and firecrackers in these bags. I'm like, what? And so I put out a blanket email to the senior council. I'm like, did one of you buy fireworks and firecrackers and actually bring them into the school? And one of our senior council's like, yeah, it's for the Tardiness Award. I thought that they needed to get fired up, to get going. I'm like, well, maybe an energy drink would be more appropriate in a school building. Carter.
Yikes. Shots fired. Shots fired. All right, and on that note, the Doodlebug Award. This goes to the person who was always distracted but still focused in class, Maya White and Johnny Barton.
Wow, double.
And their doodles are good. Like, they were good at doodling. All right, this award goes to the person who was always prepared in class, and if you ever needed anything, they had it. Pack Mule Award goes to Sierra Shutters and JJ. All right, Manners Award. This is to the most polite person who always holds the door. Well, yeah. Kate Michaels and Brandon Bymaster. All right, this award goes to the person who always gets yelled at in class for things that we were taught to do, to read books, okay? The Bookworm Award goes to Ella Switzer and Seth.
Mr. Wright, can you find Mr. B, please? Thanks.
All right, the Icebreaker Award to the person who can always break that ice. I don't know. Me and Sam Green. Okay. The Snickers Award. This is to the person who can always make those side comments, Maddie Irwin and Jevin Jones. Oh. All right, the Helping Hands Award. This person is the person who can always lend a helping hand. Emma, Dorton, and Carter. All right, 110% award. This one needs no explanation. Kate Michaels and Tristan Robinson. Okay. Oh. The Big Heart Award, Kayla and JJ. Like that. Okay, the Oscar Award. This person is really good at acting and drama. Well, that sounded bad. Emma Barrett and Reese Newland. Ooh, the Neat Freak Award. These are our OCD people. Josie Hume and Matt Miller. Best hair. Oh, Emma Barrett, don't sit down. Matt, oh, wrong person. That's my bad. No, it's still Emma Barrett. Oh, no, and it's Matt Miller. Yeah, that's my bad. I read it right. Okay. And last but not least, the Fashion Award. Emma Dorton and Jevin Jones. It's all you, buddy. There you go.
Where am I starting from?
I think we're good there.
Love?
Hey, Carter. Carter, you're a little bit later.
What?
You're a little bit later. Carter, just put the microphone in that stand. There you go. All right. All right. Hey, one of the interesting things about the last day of school is that, there are some transitions that happen. Hopefully all of our seniors are going to transition out, right? Hopefully, right? We love you, but we're transitioning out. And there's certain individuals also who transition out of our school. And so I want to take a little bit just time to recognize an individual who's going to be transitioning in his current position into a different position next year. You'll still see him around, but Mr. B is going to be transitioning out of our school next year over to the community center. And then he'll also be here in the afternoons for some of the study halls. But I know many of you can say, Mr. Bolander has impacted me in various ways. And so we're really, really thankful for Mr. B. And his team, the robotics team, has put together a short video. And we want to just share that with you at this time. So, Eric?
Thank you for encouraging each one of us to continue doing our very best in each one of our areas, whether it be in the engineering notebook, designing, building, CAD, the marketing team, the budget team, any area that we are in. Thank you for also encouraging us to represent Christ well at our competitions. And thank you for just being our coach. You'll be greatly missed.
Thank you, Mr. B, for being the team leader the past couple of years, and thank you for being the biggest cheerleader at our competitions.
One of our best counselors, and he's always showing leadership and just kind of going out of his way for the team.
You have really been a great encouragement to me throughout high school, and I've appreciated how willing you are to help everyone on the team succeed and how supportive you are of everyone.
Mr. B, your servant attitude has affected me in a very personal way. Watching you over the last 5 years, continue helping the team, continuous dedication to it, has greatly impacted my life.
Thank you, Mr. B, for all your late night weekends and behind the scenes and after hours you have put into our team. You helped us grow and explore our interests in STEM. You helped shape my future and the opportunities I will be able to explore because of your hard work, Mr. B. Thank you very much. Can't thank you enough.
I asked Mrs. B, Carol, why don't you come on up, Carol, and Mr. B, why don't you come on up? You guys can kind of meet on the stage up here. And where's Susan? Susan Herman, where's Susan at? Susan, come on up, Susan. Come right on up here, Mr. B. So I wish I could present a robot that would fly them to Hawaii, okay? But we can't. But we can surely shower you with our love and appreciation, and I know the kids love you. And Carol, thank you for giving your hubby up for many hours, and that's quite a sacrifice. So we love you guys. We love your family. Can we give them a big round of applause? Hey, thank you so much. Susan has a gift from the robotics team, and then I asked Susan to just share a word of prayer, okay? So.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, just thank you for this day. Thank you for this time that we can give honor to where honor is due. Thank you for Mr. Bolander and his family and all the time and commitment that they have put into the school for so many years. He is such a blessing, and just for his leadership and all that he does. Another area is just thank you for letting him be the robotics coach and taking time out of his day for competitions, for meetings, for weekends, and just for all that he does. He'll be missed, but you have greater plans for him. And just bless him and his family in those areas. In your name pray, amen.
Thank you, Mr. B. Hey, thank you for that time, and thank you for robotics team for putting that video together. That was really sweet. I really, really appreciate that. So at this time, I'm gonna ask the worship team to come on up, and we also wanna have fun today, right? But we also wanna turn our praise and our focus back onto the Lord. I thought what Avery and Emma said at the beginning was, hey, we were able to do some really great things, and it's all because of God's grace, and we're really, really thankful for that. So we're thankful for the opportunity to sing a little bit. We have a couple songs we'd like to sing, and then we'll return to our worship time. So.
Thanks. All right, if you guys could please stand and sing with us.
The dark tried to hide you and steal you away, and death tried to keep you inside of the grave. The enemy fought you, he tried but he lost. You cannot be stopped. When when we cried for freedom, you tore down the walls. The weight of our burdens, you carry it all. Our fears and our failures hang dead on the cross. You cannot be stopped. Mover of mountains, breaker of chains, Jesus has triumphed over the grave. Sing hallelujah, the battle is won. Nothing can stand against our God. We stand on your victory, we shout out your praise. Miracle maker, you're mighty to save. And awesome in power, relentless in love. You cannot be stopped. Mover of mountains and breaker of chains, Jesus has triumphed over the grave. Sing hallelujah, the battle is won. Nothing can stand against our God. Mover of mountains and breaker of chains, Jesus has triumphed over the grave. Sing hallelujah, the battle is won. Nothing can stand against our God. There's nothing that can stop our God. There's nothing that can stop our God. There's nothing that can stop our God. There is nothing, there is nothing. There is nothing that can stop our God. There is nothing that can stop our God. There is nothing that can stop our God. There is nothing, there is nothing. There is nothing that can stop our God. There is nothing that can stop our God. There is nothing that can stop our God, and there is nothing. Mover of mountains, breaker of chains, Jesus has triumphed over the grave. Sing hallelujah, the battle is won. Nothing can stand against our God. Mover of mountains, breaker of chains, Jesus has triumphed over the grave. Sing hallelujah, the battle is won. Nothing can stand against our God. Sing hallelujah, the battle is won. Nothing can stand against our God.
Walking around these walls,
stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never failed me yet. I know the night won't last, and your word will come to pass, and my heart will sing your praise again. Jesus, you're still enough. Keep me within your love. My heart will sing your praise again. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail me yet. I've seen you move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it again. I've seen you move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it again. I'll see you do it again. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail me yet. You never failed me yet. I never will forget. You've never failed me yet. Thank you for singing with us. You guys may be seated.
Hey, great job. Can we give the worship team a big round of applause? Great job. These young people put a lot of time and effort into that, and so I truly appreciate all that they do for our school and our chapel. So wonderful job, young people. Okay, I'm going to turn it over now to who? Callie and Carter for our second round of character awards, okay?
Alrighty. I think we're starting off with love, so let's just start off with love. That's going to be Lily Martin and Brandon Baumeister.
Carter. How do Slim Jims represent love?
That's a fair question.
I like Maddie's answer, but there you go.
I'll come back to that. All right. Then we have Joy. That's going to be Kayla Ortiz and Johnny Barton. All right, then we have Peace. That'll be Maddie Holder and Matt Satchel. Patience, Lily Martin and Forrest Summerfield. Kindness, Maddie Holder and Hanjin Park. All right, and then we've got Goodness, Alyssa Smith and Reese Newland. Then we have Faithfulness. That'll be Avery Rosworski and myself. All right, and then I guess there's one on the back too. Then there's Gentleness, Gabby Phillips, and Forrest Summerfield. All right, and then last but not least, we have Self-Control. That's for Alyssa Smith and Tristan Robinson.
That goes over there. That goes over there. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Carter, JJ, and Callie. We have one final award that Emma Dorton would like to present at this time. So, Emma?
Hello. Oh,
There you
hi.
go.
Okay. So this award is something that we kind of just created on the spot as senior council. We kind of did it in secret, and it is for someone who has put so much work and effort into this year, and anytime you ask her to do something, she gets it done like immediately, and she's just like shown such a passion and a drive for the school and for you guys. And we're calling it the Passion Award, and it goes to Callie Worrell, and it is well deserved. So.
Hey, Emma, I think that stand goes over at that podium, if you can do that for me. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Hoisinger, I think I need your help up here. And Mrs. Payne, come on up. Hey, thank you for the senior council. They put a lot of time and effort and energy into that part. It's just little fun awards to recognize some of our seniors and other students. So thank you so much for doing that. Now we want to shift a little bit to our overall character awards from our school. And many of these were voted on by students, several by some teachers, and some other ways to recognize people. So the first award that we want to recognize students is the Christian Testimony Award. And this is given to a girl and a boy in each of the grades. Okay, so I'm going to read the description. Striving towards excellence in spiritual direction and maturity, support of Faith Christian School's philosophy and direction, and genuine effort to meet goals of the school. A willingness to stand for what is right against peers if need be, submitting to the authority God has placed over them, and having a positive attitude rather than a complaining spirit. And finally, an attitude of serving others rather than serving self. The key verse that goes along with this award is Matthew 5:16. What a great verse. Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. And so we're going to recognize several young people. When I call your name, would you please stand? And then I'll call the winner of that award for you to come on up and receive that award from Mr. Hoysinger, okay? So this is the Christian Testimony Award for our 9th grade, okay? So when I read your name, please stand. Abby Bolton, Emma Carger, and the winner is Abby Bolton. All right, the boys. AJ Brett, Conlon Gerber, Gerard Ibarra. And the winner is AJ Brett. All right, our sophomore girls. Anna Good, Bella Mounts, and Allie Wiggers. And the winner is Allie Wiggers. And for our 10th grade boys, Andrew Johns, Josh Cole, Elijah Wetzel. The winner is Andrew Johns. Block out the noise, Andrew. Block out the... All right, junior girls. Sydney Argo, Emma Doyle, and Kristen Wellborn. And the winner is Kristen Wellborn. For the junior guys, Joe Ewing, Micah Faulkner, and Caleb Overly. And the winner for the guys, Joe Ewing. Calm down, Joe. Calm down. Way too excited. Way too excited. All right, for our seniors, our senior girls, we have Maddie Holder, Kate Michaels, Kayla Ortiz, and the winner is Maddie Holder. And for the boys, we have Carter Ellsbury, Jameson Jin, Tristan Robinson. That's pretty cool. Senior council. Oh, good. They figured it out, huh? All right. Do you know before this year, like those guys had never talked to those girls? Right, Tristan? Okay. And the winner is Tristan Robinson. I did forget to mention an important point. You know, those awards right there, they are voted on by the students, okay? So it's really, really great to see our peers recognizing their classmates, okay? So way to go, great job. Really, really appreciate that. Okay, the next character award goes to the school spirit, to the 10th through 12th grade boy and girl who have shown by their actions and attitudes that they actively support the school in all its direction and are especially enthusiastic in their show of pride for their school. As I read your name, please stand. For the girls, Emma Dorton, Avery Jackson, Emma Townsend, and the winner is Avery Jackson. And for the boys, we have James Oliver, Sam Robinson, Sam Schnarr, and the winner is Sam Schnarr. Congratulations. All right, the next character award is the Christian Athlete Award, given to the 10th through 12th grade boy and girl who have shown by their actions and attitudes that they want Christ to be exalted by their reaction to stress on the court or on the field. As I mention your name, please stand. For the girls, Maddie Holder, Gina Lenderman, and Lily Martin. And the winner is Lily Martin. Awesome job. Way to go. For the guys, we have Josh Cole, Sam Robinson, Tristan Robinson, and the winner is Tristan Robinson. Sam, you can wrestle that for later, okay? Just later. At school, at home, right? Okay. Great job, great job, great job. Our next character award is the Christian Leadership Award, given to the 10th through 12th grade boy and girl who are the best model of Christian influence, both by exhortation and by example. 1 Timothy 4:12, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, and in purity. For the girls, Emma Dorton, Kayla Ortiz, Avery Rozworski. And the winner of the Christian Leadership Award goes to Avery Rozworski. For the guys, Carter Ellsbury, Jameson Jin, Tristan Robinson. And the winner is of the Christian Leadership Award, Jameson Jin. Congratulations, way to go. Our next award is our Servant Leadership Award to the 10th through 12th grade boy and girl who have shown the best servant's attitude and willingness to work in cooperation with the school and the mission. For the girls, we have Emma Dorton, Emma Townsend, Callie Worrell, And the winner is Emma Dorton. And for the guys, Carter Ellsbury, Jameson Jin, Tristan Robinson, and the winner of the Servant Leadership Award goes to Tristan Robinson. Our next award is the Spiritual Growth Award to the 10th through 12th grade boy and girl who have shown the greatest spiritual growth during the school year or from last year to this year. Philippians 1:6 says, being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. For our girls, Emma Dorton, Lily Martin, Cheyenne Hummel. The winner of the Spiritual Growth Award for the girls is Cheyenne Hummel. Congratulations, way to go. For the guys, Carter Ellsbury, Jameson Jin, Tristan Robinson. The winner is Carter Ellsbury. Now, this is a true story. I tell this to Carter, I tell this to his parents. Well, not too long ago, because I keep all my files. And so occasionally I'll scroll back. And I actually had an expulsion letter for Carter when he was a not so, I don't know, directed young person, right? Back in middle school, maybe? And to look at him now, right? Is that not cool, right? So Carter, way to go. Way to go. Congratulations. All right. Avery and Emma, this is the senior reflections. Do you have that? Okay. Of course, right? Of course. Is that mic on?
Oh, is it on now?
There
There
you
we go. Okay. Emma and I are just going to share some of our highlights from our senior year specifically. For me, I would say one of the biggest highlights was worship team. I just as you might have saw on stage, I got a little emotional because I was like, this is my last time. Like, these are my buddies. These are my homies. Like, I've loved working with everybody and just becoming a little family and just becoming really close to all of you guys. And I know that that's been the best part of my senior year. I just love being able to worship God with my friends. I'm getting emotional. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Give me a sec. Yeah, that's all I have to say about worship team. It was just it was the best part of my senior year. Another highlight was definitely senior trip. One of the things that stuck out to me was being able to ski for the first time. I was really, really bad at it, and I definitely gave up an hour into the trip, but it's okay. It was still really fun. It was a really good experience, and just being able to form new relationships with my classmates and just grow closer to the ones that I was already friends with. For those of you who are staying throughout high school, I would definitely start looking forward to your senior trip. Even if you're a freshman, start looking forward to it because it was definitely one of the best parts of my senior year.
Okay, I'm kind of gonna talk about my senior year experience. So, in senior year fashion, this is a little last minute. I just found out about this morning, so please excuse me if this is messy. But I had a pretty difficult year. I would say nothing really happened to me before this year, and then this year everything kind of happened, and I think everyone would agree with that. But being a senior was definitely what made my year, 2021, the best year, in despite of everything that's gone on and happened. Just being able to be in this type of leadership position where I can just be free and confident to like talk to people and make new friends. It's just like the best part of being a senior. I don't think I started acting like a senior until after Christmas. So that is one of my bigger regrets, is not enjoying or maximizing my potential in the first semester. But I got back to it on the second semester, and now I'm friends with all of you guys. So being a senior is different for everyone. Like, everyone will tell you to do something different, and everyone is going to have a different experience. So I could sit here and tell you what it's like to be a senior, but you kind of just have to experience it for yourself. But the best piece of advice that I can give you guys is just to not wish it away, because one day it's going to be your last day, and it's going to be your last field day. You got to go to graduation, and you're going to wish that you didn't wish it away. So that is what I leave to you guys. Don't wish away your high school experience, because you'll look back on it and want to cry. But yeah, I love you guys. Come to my grad party.
And there you go. Way to go. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Avery. Appreciate that. All right. Want to also recognize our class reps right now. So I'm going to call your name. As I call your name, come on down and get your certificate of appreciation from Mr. Heusinger. For our freshmen, we have Keontae Henderson and Aisha Vogt. All right, let's give them a big round of applause. Congratulations. Our sophomore class reps, we have Elijah Wetzel and Allie Wiggers. For our junior class reps, we have Liz Contreras and Kristen Wellborn. And for our seniors, we have Emma Dorton and Avery Rizworski. All right, the next group of students that we want to recognize, and Mr. Heusinger, if you can help Mrs. Payne there, are our senior council. And again, I say this every year, but it really, really is true. Our school, a lot of times, cannot do everything that we want to do without some people stepping up. And our senior council, they step up. And sometimes they don't have a choice, but a lot of times it's them pushing. And so I've really appreciated this year's senior class because I've seen such a tremendous change in them from last June, because we started meeting in June, till right now, the end of May. So these guys are the real deal. Not perfect, but they're striving to be really great encouragers and servants of the Lord. So as I call your name, have a small gift for you guys. And so I really, really appreciate each of you, okay? So Emma Dorton. Maddie Holder. Avery Rizworski. Emma Townsend. Callie Worrell. Carter Ellsbury. Jameson Jin. And Tristan Robinson. Let's give our senior council a big round of applause. Great job. And Mr. Heusinger, I think you're up. I think you're up with the honor rolls and academic awards.
All right, and I have the privilege of being able to announce our honor rolls. And the first honor roll that we'll be giving out tonight or today, this morning, is the honor roll for a 3.5 average. So as I call off your name, these will just stand and be recognized. Is that correct, Mrs. Payne? Correct? Okay, just wanted to make sure we're on this. These are folks that are on the 3.5 honor roll as far as your grade point average is concerned. In the 9th grade, Justin Euler, if you'll stand. And not that we're not going to recognize, let's wait until I get all the way through, because there are a number of you that are going to get this one, all right? So that you did a great job. Here we go. This is for the 9th grade, all right, for honor roll 3.5. A.J. Bretz, Sam Peter, Dylan Hodgson, Krista Valley, Keontae Henderson, Kinsey Freudenthal, and Tynan Chupp. Would you folks please stand? All right, thank you. You may be seated. 3.5 honor roll, sophomore class. Here we go. Peyton Lucas, Tristan Petit, Sarah Prime, Faith Dixon, Lily Brown, and Isaac Denton. Would you folks please stand? Thank you very much. In the junior class, Ben Bretz and Sydney Argo. Would you stand, please? Thank you. In the senior class, Janiyah Ali, Emma Dorton, Ella Switzer, and Emmanuel Mitchell. Would you folks stand to be recognized? Good job. Very good. All right, back to the freshmen. This is the principal's honor roll. This is the 3.8 average as far as the honor roll is concerned. So let's take a look. 9th grade, these folks, if you'll stand to be recognized: Matthew Haste, Addie Kirby, Anna Van Dockenberg, Claire Wellborn, David Streetmatter, Ellie Bridge, Elijah Rosenboom. Would you folks please stand and be recognized? Well done, thank you. 10th grade, principal's honor roll: Auburn Middleton, Abigail Childs, Bella Mounts, Elliot Timperman, Elijah Wetzel, Lauren Goodwine, and Allie Wiegers. Would you folks stand and be recognized, please? In the 11th grade, would you folks stand to be recognized? Gracie Childs, Grace Cable, Maddie Shinrod, Sam Robinson, Grace Byrne, April Gray, Shay Wickstrom, Evie Summerfield, Cara Ungaro, Emma Williams, Ellen Van Dockenberg, Caleb Overly. Would you folks stand to be recognized for the principal's honor roll? Good job. In the senior class, would these folks stand to be recognized? Cheyenne Ummel, J.J. Jin, Tristan Robinson, Emma Barrett, Avery Roseworski, Carrington Ivy, Anna Wilson, Matt Miller, Samuel Green. If you folks stand to be recognized, let's give them a round of applause. Good job. Nicely done. This next honor roll is for the superintendent's honor roll. This is a 4.0 average for this year. 4.0 average for this year. If you folks stand and be recognized here. Superintendent's honor roll in the 9th grade: Josh Bolton, Conlon Gerber, Abby Bolton, Ella Bolton, Olivia Samudio, Emily Shinrod, Kirsten South, Sandra Ortiz, Amara Brenton, Ethan Richard, Emma Carger, Anna Starr, Aisha Vogt. Let's give them a big round of applause, please. In the sophomore class, Superintendent's Honor Roll, would you stand, please, at this time? Caleb Invelt, Andrew Johns, Jake Wiegand, Landon King, Eli Patton, Brandon Fuller, and Allie Holder. Superintendent's Honor Roll. Let's give them a big round of applause. Well done. In the junior class, again receiving a 4.0 Superintendent's Honor Roll, will these folks stand to be recognized? Jaden Riley, Kristen Wellborn, Annie Gu, Joe Ewing, Jake Valiant, Grace Peter, Hope Harlow, Sam Snar, Todd Lynn, Abby Bolt, Diana Pena. Would you folks give them a round of applause, please? And in the senior class, 4.0, their senior year, Kate Michaels, Dill Wang, Alyssa Smith, Sierra Shutters, Callie Worrell, Emma Townsend, Gina Lunderman, Maddie Holder, Maya White. Let's give these folks a round of applause as well. This next set of awards deals with the high-altitude balloon launch. We want to recognize these folks. And Mr. Pearson, if you could come up here, please. All right. What's that? Okay. All right. Very good. All right, Mr. Pearson is going to be giving these out as I read off their names. This is the high altitude. We want to recognize these students for their outstanding contributions to the creation and implementation of the high altitude program. And I know that we have made some really, really big accomplishments this year by getting a ThinSat up in space, all right? And one of the only schools to be able to do that, am I correct? Excellent. All right, so these folks, if you'll come forward, please. Emma Barrett, Brandon Bymaster, Susan Herman, Jameson Jin, Han Jin Park, Matt Satchel, Nathan Satchel, Ella Switzer, and Dill Wang. I know that last night we had an opportunity to recognize these particular individuals and their accomplishments, but we do want to recognize them again this morning in front of their peers. We had a National Merit Finalist and Scholarship winner this year, and we are very thankful for that. We want to congratulate her. Miss Alyssa Smith, would you stand and be recognized? Let's give her a round of applause. These next folks that we were recognizing, again, we recognized last night, but again, it's a blessing to be able to recognize them in front of their peers. This is the Cum Laude Award, graduating with a 3.75 GPA for all 4 years. I want these folks to stand and be recognized. Let's give them a big round of applause. Anna Wilson, Kayla Ortiz, Sierra Shutters, and Cheyenne Ummel. Would you folks stand, please? For magna cum laude, these are folks with a 3.9 average or higher, and with the academic honors as well. These folks, would you stand and be recognized? This is quite an accomplishment over 4 years to be able to keep this GPA. Dil Wang, Jameson Jin, Tristan Robinson, Emma Barrett, Maddie Holder, Gina Lenderman, Avery Roseworski, Emma Townsend, and Callie Worrell. Well done, young people. Very, very well done. And our last award is Summa Cum Laude. This is having a 4.0 average academic honors diploma, must have an A in all credit earning classes in each semester of high school. And student must have attended FCS more than 1 year to be eligible for Summa Cum Laude. And our 2 young people that actually made this award, Kate Michaels and Alyssa Smith. Let's stand and be recognized. I know that's a lot of work that's involved. These young people, the next set of recognition that we want to at least offer at this time, these are those students. This is our first cohort that's actually graduating with Associate of Science degree in Liberal Arts from Grace College. And so we'd like these folks to stand and also be recognized. And they will also have a recognition during their graduation. Kids, it's tomorrow, right? Yeah, right? Is that dawning on you yet? Okay, it is for no? Okay. Well, anyway, big time. Here we go. These folks from the Grace College, and congratulations for starting the program off and finishing it through. Sam Green, Josie Hume, Carrington Ivy, Gina Lenderman, Emma Townsend, and Cheyenne Ummel. Let's give these folks a big round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Heusinger. At this time, I'm going to introduce Mr. Bruninger and Ms. Wicker, and they're going to recognize our Alumni Scholarship Award this year.
Faith Christian School is proud to have over 800 alumni over the last 24 years who have been prepared here for their next steps in life. Our alumni are nurses, entrepreneurs, teachers, pastors, parents, and so much more. But what we hope most for our alumni is that our mission at Faith has remained strong in their lives, a lifelong pursuit of Jesus Christ. We are excited to welcome the class of 2021 as the newest member of the FCS alumni family.
The Eagle Alumni Scholarship is a $500 scholarship towards first semester college expenses awarded to one of our graduates based on their academic record, an essay submission, and evaluation by the faculty. We had a great number of candidates apply this year, and we are proud to award this year's Eagle Alumni Scholarship to Alyssa Smith.
All right, Mr. Heusinger, if you can come on up, please. I want to recognize, this is kind of the time that we recognize our Attaboy and Attagirl awards. This is a long-standing tradition here at Faith Christian School because I firmly believe that the Lord has blessed us in unusual ways, and we're trying to recognize people who have done a great job academically last evening. Today, just through some fun character awards, but also some serious awards. But there's a lot of other young people who just do so much here at our school, not because they want recognition, but because they just want to be a blessing. They want to be a blessing to others. They want to be a help. They want to be an encouragement. And so I have 11 young people that I'd like to recognize today. This has just become a tradition. We used to give out actual bowling pins, but my supply ran out. And so I have one of my real good friends owns his own metal shop. So he constructed these metal bowling pins. And so it's just become a time-honored tradition. So the first young lady I'd like to recognize has just been a tremendous blessing to me personally. She works tremendously hard. She doesn't do it for the limelight. She does it because she wants to be a helper and an encouragement. She actually served 2 years on Eagle Fair, which is a very rare achievement. And I've just really been blessed with her as well because she's also on the senior council, and that's Callie Worrell. Next young lady is also a senior girl. Just noticed her a lot this year. She always generally has 2 drinks in her hand. And I'm always like, well, who's that for? And she'll say, well, it's for her. And next day, well, who's that for? It's for somebody different. Unfortunately, it's never been, well, this one's for you, Mr. Grass. But I'm not holding that against her. But I've just seen the Lord work in her life, and she just wants to be a blessing and encouragement to others. So at this time, I'd like to recognize Sierra Shutters. Congratulations. The next young lady is also a senior, and I've just been firsthand experience of just how the Lord has worked in her life. And it's just been a tremendous blessing. The Lord get a hold of her heart, and her focus has just totally changed. Instead of inward, it's outward, it's serving others, and she has just been a tremendous blessing and encouragement to me. Cheyenne Hummel. Next young lady is also a senior, and she has also been a blessing for a lot of different reasons. But one of the things I appreciate about this young lady is her desire to be a friend to many people, and not just surface, but really a friend. And she goes out of her way to be a blessing to others. She seeks real friendships, and she's just been a blessing and encouragement for me to see that. So I'd like to recognize Kayla Ortiz in that manner. The Lord has allowed me to be able to teach accounting this year. It's been one of my favorite classes of all time. This is my 33rd year teaching. It's probably top 5 of the classes I've ever taught. Not because of the subject, but because of the young people in that class. They have just been phenomenal. This is a difficult award because I know how hard that a lot of the kids in that class have worked. But this young lady, again, just goes about her business, does awesome work every time. A lot of times I'll use her work as the key, all right? And she just, again, doesn't go for the limelight. She just wants to work hard and give a good impression that way. I'd like to recognize Diana Pena. This young man is awesome. I've never had him in a class. I've never really taught him, but I just kind of view him from a distance and just see his impact on others. He's a free spirit, which I kind of like. He marches to the beat of his own drummer, which I like. He always wears shorts, which I like. Ben is just a really great kid. And I really want to recognize Ben Bretz. Next young man, when he was a freshman, I don't know if he spoke 2 words. Now it's hard to get him to be quiet. He's a senior. He adds a lot to our discussions. He's very respectful. We're going to miss him a whole bunch. Dill Wang. He also has the coolest pants. Next young person is also a senior guy. Again, has made some tremendous strides, both spiritually, relationally. Seeks to be a blessing so many times. I just have to ask him to help, and he's right on it. And so he's just been a blessing and encouragement to me. So, JJ, way to go. Congratulations. So this next young man, he's like a cool cat. It's really hard to describe. He's just a blessing, and he's so fun. He makes our school better. He makes a lot of people laugh. He's just been a big encouragement to me and to many other people. So, Rylan Emery. Is Rylan here? He's always like, "What's up, Mr. Grass? What's up, Mr. Grass?" Okay, 2 more. Servant heart, all about others, encourager, just has a sweet spirit, sweet heart, and really loves her class, loves her school, wants to see others succeed and do great things. Emma Dorton. I will admit, she's sent me so many emails this year. What? Are you sure that's it? Like, there were times I was like, oh. It was awesome. It was awesome. I need the accountability. Hey, one more. When I say this young lady's name, you're going to understand why she makes our school better. I've never seen her have a bad day. She's a blessing to many people, encouragement. She's an inspiration and a good. That was worth the price of admission right there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I ask every year each of the sponsors to say a word about their class. And for some classes, that's more difficult than others. And so I've asked Mr. Heusinger to talk about the freshmen. I've asked Mr. Johns to talk about the sophomores, Mr. Jones about the junior, and Miss Haney about the seniors.
So Mr. Grass he gives each of us the task. We pick out one word to describe the class, okay? So that is always a big challenge, I think, every year. So I have the freshman class. There are 72 of us, okay? And we have a chance to meet in this auditorium each morning, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. All right, everybody ready to go. All right, you know how you are, first hour in the morning. Anyway, the word I chose is this: different. Now, let me explain just a little bit more as I say that so that freshmen aren't throwing things at me right now, okay? All right, here we go. Hey, this class is filled with lots of different personalities. And freshmen, would you agree with that? I think so, yes? A lot of different likes and dislikes. A lot of different talents and a lot of different gifts. Very, very diverse, all right? A lot of different desires when it comes to spiritual things as well. You know, different is not necessarily bad, okay? I think one of the new programs that I've really enjoyed here recently is called The Chosen. And one of the interesting things, probably one of my favorite episodes in The Chosen is when Jesus Christ calls Matthew the tax collector, all right? And Simon is right beside him and going, wait a minute, you can't do that. And Jesus kind of remarks to him, well, remember what it was for you. And he goes, yeah, but this is different. And Jesus said, yeah, get used to different. And as I look at the disciples that Christ chose from all the different backgrounds that probably would have had a hard time getting along, isn't it fascinating that these were the people that he entrusted being able to share the gospel that would spread throughout all eternity? Paul used this illustration this way: if we're a sincere follower of Christ, then we're one with Christ, even though we're different. And for in fact, here's what he says in 1 Corinthians 12, for in fact, the body is not a single member, but many. If the foot says, since I'm not a hand, am I not part of the body? It does not lose its membership in the body because of that. And if the ear says, well, since I'm not an eye, I'm not part of the body, well, it does not lose its membership in the body because of that. If the whole body were an eye, well, what part would do the hearing? If the whole were an ear, what part would exercise the sense of smell? But as a matter of fact, God has placed each one of the members in the body just as he decided. If they were all the same member, where would the body be? When it comes to the body of Christ, I'm thankful that there's lots and lots of different talents and gifts. And our desire is for my freshmen, but not just for my freshmen. Our desire is for those followers of Christ who've sincerely turned from their sin to Christ alone. That even though you have different gifts and talents and abilities and different likes and dislikes, that you would use those gifts and those traits, those different ones, to serve the Lord wherever you're at. Get used to different. Freshman class, well done.
This is really close to my face if I stand all the way up here. Well, it's pretty challenging to come up with a word that sums up a class whenever there's so many unique people in there. And obviously, no matter what you choose, it can be difficult because somebody will be like, well, this person wasn't like that, or this group of people wasn't like that. But as I thought about the 10th grade class this year, the word that just came to mind is caring. Over and over again, we saw people within that class care for one another. And there were several people in that class who went through significant challenges throughout the year. And we watched as classmates wrapped their arms around them and helped them through and prayed for them and talked to them and many different things like that. And so just as I recall this year, I thought of the verse, "By this will all men know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." That overriding characteristic is loving your brothers and sisters in Christ. And we saw that worked out in real ways throughout this year in the sophomore class. And so I was just really proud of how many of them helped each other and were God's hands and feet in the real world. And so, sophomore class, thank you for caring for each other.
So juniors, got around to this week and I went to Mrs. Jones and said, okay, what do we think about the juniors? And she's been in there with me every day and we've been planning, and it didn't take long. Her first response, and I agreed wholeheartedly, was the word grit. Junior year is hard. You guys know that. There are a lot of challenges, and you guys have persevered through the usual challenges as well as many unusual. This year brought on quarantines, online learning, introduction to AP courses, planning a junior senior that might not happen. We're having it, we're not having it, back and forth. All those things made life very unpredictable for you this year. There were times where we knew that you just wanted to take the easy way, and that would have been perfectly understandable. But you pressed on, you learned to overcome those challenges. This year as we began, our class was a little hesitant to put themselves out there, to participate in discussion, but I could tell that you all were thinking inwardly. I could tell that there were thoughts you all had, and we continue to develop those throughout the year. And we all know that this class is enthusiastic. You guys are competitors. You're full of spirit, and as we saw through Spirit Week, you have set the bar high, and I don't think you have any plans to lower that standard next year. This mentality then pours over into your Bible study as well. You continue to push yourselves to be better, to think deeper, and apply God's word more specifically to your own life. The determination to move forward in your relationship with Christ and lean on God for strength is a foundation for godly wisdom as you take the torch of leadership into your senior year. As I continue to think about your class and summarizing and thinking about some passages that might fit well with your class, I kept going back to Philippians chapter 3, where I think that's a good summation of where you are and a challenge for the future, where Paul says, "Brothers and sisters, I do not regard myself as have taken hold of it yet. But this one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and reaching forward to what lies ahead, I press toward the goal for the prize, the upward call of God in Christ Jesus." So keep that spirit of determination and grit in your pursuit of Christ and the knowledge of God's word, and that will continue into the other areas of life that you continue to pursue. Well done, juniors. Thanks for a great year.
Well, Mr. Grass told me I should give this speech in Spanish, so entonces hoy vamos a hablar sobre la palabra para el grado 12. No, por favor. Okay, seniors, what do you think? What word do you think I chose for you? For seniors this year, I have chosen the word inquisitive. Merriam-Webster defines inquisitive as given to examination or investigation, inclined to ask questions, curious or inquiring. I thought that was a pretty good word for you guys. So being inquisitive can be such a powerful trait. I've seen this play out many times, just even in Bible class discussions, in small groups as I've walked around, or in the whole class discussions, where you ask really good questions, both of each other as peers and of Mr. Grass, of special speakers that we've had, of me. I've had lots of conversations with you guys in groups, at lunch, or one-on-one even, and I see you constantly seeking answers for lots of different things, for concerns, for doubts, for inquiries, whether they be academic, whether they be social, whether they be spiritual, lots of different areas, just thinking through different concerns. And truly, I think many of your questions helped me grow this year and helped Mr. Grass grow this year and each other. That's a really good thing. And I'm thankful that God placed you all in the senior class this year, that he placed your inquisitive spirits. And as you leave high school, my prayer is that you would take this trait of being inquisitive and continue to ask really good questions, that you would continue to be curious, and that ultimately that curiosity would lead you back to the very one that made you this way and that gave you that trait, and that he would bless you abundantly as you open the next chapter of your life and move on from high school.
Thank you so much, teachers. As we start winding down, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is the time of the year where we start to transition students, and even some staff. And I'd like to recognize one more of our staff members who are transitioning out of Faith Christian School. And at this time, I'd like to recognize Miss Emily Engel. Miss Engel, you want to come on down? We wish Miss Engel nothing but the best, and she's been a tremendous encouragement here to many of our students, our staff. We're going to miss her. We love her, we appreciate her, and I know that the seniors especially, they've kind of come up with a card there for you and some flowers, and so we just want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and we wish you nothing but the best. So thank you, Miss Engel. Okay, I'm going to allow Mr. Heusinger to dismiss you, but before he comes up, I need to see several students right after this, okay? I need to see, please listen, if I call your name, just meet me right up here, okay? Shay Wickstrom, Grant Valiant, Grace Peter, Jaden Riley, Joel Haste, David Haria, Rylan Emery, Christian Cruz, Micah Faulkner, and then we're also asking if you played on the boys basketball team, whether JV or varsity, we would like you to stay also and just have a seat up here, every other seat in the first couple rows, okay? So Mr. Heusinger is going to give you last minute instructions. After he's done, those students that I announced, come on up here. Guys basketball team, come on down here.
All right. Hey, we had to pivot kind of quickly because of the rain that was making all of our fields nice and mucky and everything else. So here's what I want you to take away. So please, I need your attention now, okay? In just a moment, when we dismiss, we're going to go across the parking lot to the community center. And what we're going to ask you to do is we're going to ask you that after you get over to the community center, that in the hallway where